What's going on, you guys? This is Aaron from Departures Capital and welcome to the video. In this video, we're talking all about this interesting topic. Is now the time to buy the dip in gold and silver? Is now the time to take a look at some gold and silver mining stocks? And which ones should we be taking a look at? We're going to talk about that all in this video along with your market recap. These are your market minutes and let's get straight into it, guys. So thanks so much for the likes, comments, and the recent uptick in views. It's been great and the algorithm's been a little bit better to me. But if you do support me, the channel, and all the videos, then I kindly ask for two things. And that first thing, of course, is to explode that like button. Helps my videos so very much, along with if you are a new viewer to the channel. Haven't had a chance to subscribe yet, we appreciate constant, steady updates in the markets. You like a steady flow of new and exciting companies, which we do have Madison's CEO interview on the way for you guys. And you want to learn a little bit more about investing, then of course don't forget to cash that subscribe button and ring the market bell for notifications. Come on, guys, actually hit it this time. I need some more subscribers. Let's get to 30,000 and let's get straight into this video, of course. So the first thing we got to do is comment of the day, and I want to ask you guys a question before we get into this. Are you guys buying the dip for gold and silver? How do you feel about the market right now? Are you still long? I think, we're showing some pretty positive signs today, so I'm going to give you guys a couple seconds to drop those comments. Do it now. All right, guys, we're back, and I hope you dropped those comments. I'll be looking forward to them. I'll be looking for those comments tomorrow. We will be doing comment of the day like we do in every single video, but let's get into comment of the day now. So, Yanpan, I think ACB is done. We'll have to sell all my shares. Very disappointed with my investment, like we all are. I still have a few shares in ACB, and it's been a horrible ride down, especially with Nelson Peltz leaving now. It's almost like, and the fact that they're focusing on the premium market, when it's really evident that the market is trending towards discount products. A lot of these companies are seeing growth in revenue in their discount products, so it's just like, I don't know, guys. I don't know, but we'll see. We'll cover it, of course. Roger Weaver, I also added Fosterville South for the same reasons. Awesome to hear, and Fosterville is having a very nice day today, my friends, so I'm very happy about that too. Esteban Lara, what's up, bro? Have you bought more FSM? Also cool hairdo, looking slick. Thanks, man. I haven't bought any more Fortuna. After I bought it at $2 in March, I just haven't added to it as I've been adding to other positions, and now it's trading above 8 or almost 9, I believe. The thing is, I do believe it's a double-digit stock at least, so I've just seen so many other companies that I've wanted to invest into, and I've already capitalized quite a bit on the gains for Fortuna. Been super happy with the company, but it might be one that I might look at and add a tiny bit more to. But like I said, I'm happy with my position in Fortuna, as it is, my biggest holding in the silver sector. So trying to also diversify, that's another thing. Timothy Zub, I'm a newbie to your channel. Sounds like ACB is done like dinner. Does it really deserve so much time on your show when there is so much going on? That's a great question. If you're new to the channel, Timothy, back in 2018 when I started Departures Capital, ACB was like, it was like every day we were talking about ACB, and that really helped me grow my following. So I do have a soft spot for the company despite the crazy amount of money that I've lost on it. So I will stay true to at least what I say in terms of providing you guys with the news and covering the story. Like I did say, I'd cover the story till the bitter end, and it looks like it could be sooner than later, or they get bought out or whatever the heck happens. But I'd love to see them just get straight up bought out by Afria or something like that. We'll see what happens, and I'd much rather own Afria shares than I would ACB. Now that their goodwill's gone, who knows what could happen, guys. But that's the reason behind it, if you're ever curious. I don't, at this point, I've voiced my opinion. It's not bullish on ACB right now, but I'll still continue to cover it. But maybe we'll spend a little bit less time. And last, two comments. Tup53, hey Aaron, I noticed that you show SHRM on your charts. What are your thoughts about it? And TBI, for example, Moda. I have some MindMed as well. Moda Ventures is a pretty interesting company. I have covered that. Shroom needs to start trading. It's still trading OTC, but the thing is, with the BC Securities Commission, they're holding the stock up, and the regulators, sometimes they take a long time to get the stock back to trading. I really think it's bizarre that it's trading on the OTC and not on the here in Canada. I do own some Shroom, and it is locked up. Sorry, I call it Shroom. It's SHRM. But they did provide an update a couple weeks ago. They said the process is moving along, and they expect it to hopefully be wrapped up soon. Now, when is soon? Is soon another month? Is soon another 2 months? I don't know, but as soon as they provide that update, I will give you guys the proper updates. So that's it for comment of the day. I wish I could get to every single comment, but we don't want to spend the whole video talking about that, and we did spend quite a bit more time on comment of the day, although some awesome comments, and I got the chance to give you guys my opinion. So let's get straight into the news for the day. Let's see what's going on Wall Street, and then we will be talking all about gold and silver. Is it time to buy? What's going on? What are the experts saying? What are the banks saying? What are the charts saying? And then what are those companies that we should be watching? So Wall Street edges lower ahead of first presidential debate. Guys, who's watching the debate tonight? I sure will. Get your popcorn ready. We're not going to get into politics, but we're definitely going to be watching this debate, and also watch the futures markets. I don't know if it'll affect the futures markets, but it's going to be interesting. So US stocks inch lower and choppy trading on Tuesday after a substantial gain a day earlier, with investors shifting their focus to the first presidential debate. Later in the day, 8 of the 11 major S&P sectors were lower, with energy stocks and financials leading the decline. Surprise, surprise, we saw the biggest gains in those yesterday. So in terms of the S&P, holding steady above 3,300 points. Looks like we could potentially see some sideways trading with the indexes. That's kind of what I predict over the next little while up until the big event. And then of course, I think we will get some pretty hefty volatility when, you know, the next president is named. So we'll see what happens, guys. NASDAQ is essentially flat today, just over 1,100 points. So the NASDAQ has recovered some of its losses. Zooming in a little bit, I gotta say, you know, we're seeing this sideways action, and I think that's kind of what's going to happen. Now, let's talk about gold and silver, because I'm a lot more bullish and enthusiastic on gold and silver. And let's see what's going on in the charts for gold and silver. So we're back above 1900, and this is some good news. So for all my gold and silver longs, let's try and magically draw this line of support and resistance while we're drawing a line of support. And by the looks of it, from that initial low that we saw after that March rally, it's looking like the uptrend might be intact for gold. Now let's see if we can hold on to this. Some key levels to watch: 1900 yet again, and 1920, that previous 2011 all-time high. So watch those levels. We'll see what happens. I think if we can get back up above 1920, we have a chance to consolidate or continue to consolidate and hopefully move higher. But I know why gold is moving higher today, and we'll talk about that in 2 seconds, and whether or not, you know, I think it's the time to buy the dip. Silver, on the other hand, is having a much better day, running like crazy, up 3.65% to 24.46 per ounce. Now silver, on the other hand, it's got a lot of recovering to do, just as it rallied so violently and then it sold off so violently. So it's just like, let's try and draw some lines here, guys. And you know, you almost could draw this line here, kind of from that first initial pullback after the March rally. Now, let's not forget, silver didn't rally like gold did until later. So we saw those tremendous gains for silver running from like 18 bucks per ounce all the way up to almost 30, and that violent pullback. But if we try and draw this line of support, you know, it's looking like around 22 bucks per ounce could have been a technical level of support. So let's see how it goes. Right now, around 24.5. Silver looks like it might run into a little bit of resistance, but if we break above this level, you know, and get back to 26.50, I'm gonna be very happy. So right now, I am pretty bullish on silver. I will let you guys know at this point in the video that I'm pretty bullish on gold and silver, and I've actually been buying, you know, gold and silver stocks a little bit more aggressively over the past week, just as it's pulled back. I've been buying 2 sectors, the psychedelic sector and the gold and silver sector, and so far, they've turned out pretty well. Now let's get into a number of headlines today. They were posted on CNBC, on Kitco, by a number of analysts and the big banks, a lot of experts. Very bullish for gold. So UBS says you should buy gold now. We like gold because we think gold is we like gold now because we think that gold is likely to actually hit about 2,000 per ounce by the end of the year. That is from Kelvin Tate, Regional Chief Investment Officer at UBS. Gold prices have shot to record highs this year, above 2,000 per ounce. Recently, prices slipped to about 1884, but we know this, and we've been watching this, and I gotta say, guys, I have bought the pullback. This was the pullback that I've bought the most aggressively over the last little while. So let's take a look and see what else is pushing gold. The Democrats' new $2.2 trillion bill, which includes a second round of $1,200 stimulus checks. So They've unveiled a new $2.2 trillion bill that includes a second round of $1,200 stimulus checks. In some ways, those payments will be more generous than the checks that were sent out in the spring because more people will be eligible. While the House could pass the bill, it remains to be seen whether the Senate Republicans or Trump would see it as a starting point for negotiations. So, more stimulus, lots of upgrades for gold. Let's take a look and see what some other banks and analysts are saying. So, TD Securities, stage is set for gold price rebound. The precious metal sector is looking ready for a reversal of this month's losses, according to TD Strategies. The stage is set for a precious metal rebound. Market participants should recall that the consolidation in the complex was catalyzed by a positioning squeeze that has since morphed into election-related jitters, pummeling gold bugs in response to month-long delay in passing a multi-trillion-dollar stimulus bill. So that's what TD Strategist said. Further, this is broadly the case irrespective of the election outcome itself, and in this sense, the secular bull market in the precious metals is still intact as capital will continue to seek shelter from a prolonged period of negative real rates. We think that the balance of risks has tilted firmly to the upside once again. So that's UBS, then we got TD Securities, now we've got Wells Fargo. This is the time to buy gold, says Wells Fargo. Gold prices saw a $200 tumble in September, which Wells Fargo is viewing as a great buying opportunity during a well-expected correction. We're buyers of gold, says Wells Fargo. Head of Real Asset Strategy, John LaForge, wrote on Monday, after a great 7-month run, gold cooled off in August and September. Gold spot prices sit about $200 lower than its all-time high of $2,075. We believe that this 10% pullback is partly due to froth and partly due to the US dollar. From the froth perspective, gold's 37% year-to-date rally through August 7th has been quite dramatic. It was warranted, but dramatic nonetheless. Wells Fargo's bullish on gold. Gold and silver up on weaker US dollar, some safe haven buying. So let's take a look at the US dollar. Surprise, surprise, we're down another 0.42% to 93.88. So that's very good news, guys. Dollar's cooling off. All right, guys, last but not least, before we get into those companies that we're taking a look at, the ones that I've been buying, talking about, do I think now is a great time to take a look at gold? I did want to say, if you are interested in my full portfolio, you want to continue to support the channel, we do have our full access insider group on Teachable. We also have a really awesome Facebook community that we always discuss stocks and different things like that. If you want to be part of the community, just $10 a month or $100 per year. Of course, you can cancel at any time. And in terms of September, of course, we post one private video for the group every single week along with our trades. I just posted 2 trades for September, so all my members check out those 2 trades. And like I said, if you want a window into my full public portfolio and all the trades we make, take a look at the group. Just $10 a month or $100 per year. And now let's take a look at some of the companies that we've been looking at. And this was one that I talked about yesterday. We've covered Fosterville since the IPO, saw it run to over 5, saw it drop to below 3, and I just couldn't pass up these prices. So it's up 8.25% today. Fosterville having a great day, and I gotta say, I really like the charts. But one thing, I want to see is I want to see Fosterville get above $3.60. I want to see it make a higher high this time around, this rally, I guess you could say. So the one thing is it has been making lower lows. So technically that's not good. But if we can make higher highs this time, I would like to see it consolidate somewhere in the mid 3s and then start to move back up. That would be ideal. That's kind of what I'm looking for. Of course, the next company, Turmalina Metals. I really like this sideways action, this consolidation action, and as they put up more drill results, it's going to be very interesting to see what happens for them. Now, Bluestone Resources, in a similar scenario, Bluestone has somewhat traded sideways after getting above $2 per share, but it looks like it's back on the uptick. We're currently trading for $1.95, and this is one that's also on my radar. Now, it does have a $274 million market cap, really nice high-grade deposit. And that is one thing that I'm focusing on. So I am looking for more exposure to the exploration stage sector. And they do plan to be producing in early 2021. So that's also something that I like about the company. So Bluestone definitely on my watch list. And then Golden Goliath. Now Golden Goliath has had a really nice run. We were seeing highs of 36 cents, but it's back into the high 20s. Looks like it still has some room to run, and we will be continuing to cover this story. We just put out an interview with their CEO not long ago, but this is another stock that I really want to keep my eyes on, because I feel like it still has a lot more potential, and they're just starting to drill. They're up in Red Lake, Ontario, a very prolific mining jurisdiction. So one small cap company to watch, and only a $39 million market cap. So this is the smallest of the batch. But in my group, I talk all about strategy. In those weekly private videos, I talk all about strategy, positioning, you know, the companies that we're working with first. So really take a look at that group if you do want more of a, you know, behind the scenes look at Departures Capital, what I do, the companies that we're working with or will be working with, and all that. So anyways, guys, let's dive into the charts, and then that will be it for the video. Let's take a look at the charts a little closer now. In terms of the MJ sector, man, we're seeing more red for ACB as it continues to drop down 2.46%. This thing just keeps on sliding. I don't know what to say, guys. Metagrowth, Oxley, and the Alkaline Water Company, 3 biggest losers. Coils Beverages, EGF, Theramed, and Body and Mind, 3 biggest gainers on the day. Now, we will be taking a look at the charts for MindMed to see where we sit right now. So let's take a look at the dividend stocks first, though. We are seeing continued gains for Brookfield Property Partners as it peaks its head above $16 per share. Gotta say I'm pretty happy with that. And Brookfield Renewables and Extendicare. Now, we're seeing a lot of stocks trade ex-dividend today, so that's why we are seeing a little bit of red for some of them, but overall the dividend sector holding in there pretty good. In terms of gold and silver sector, we are seeing a green day. Fosterville, African Gold Group, and First Mining Gold, 3 biggest gainers. Bonterra, Koontene Silver, and Silver Elephant, 3 biggest losers on the day. Overall, though, we are seeing some pretty nice gains for the gold and silver sector, more specifically the exploration stage sector, with Fosterville leading the way. So that's awesome. Now, in terms of tech stocks, let's take a look at tech stocks. EGF, Theramed, Rockwell Medical, and Virgin Galactic, 3 biggest gainers. MindMed clawing its way back up after that kind of violent pullback, I want to say. We sold off from just under 80 cents to about 60 cents. So 20 to 30% pullback, but it looks like, you know, that trend is hopefully going to remain intact. It looks like we've bounced nicely off of that level. So fingers crossed, guys. I did pick up a little bit more MindMed on this pullback. So we'll see, guys. And last but not least, a broader 2020 watch list. So we are seeing Beyond Meat hit fresh 52-week highs today, followed by AMD and JNUG, 3 biggest gainers. Air Canada, HOU, and Wells Fargo, 3 biggest losers on the day. So guys, that's it for the video. Let me know your opinion, like I said, in the comments. You know, are you buying this dip for gold and silver? Are you waiting it out? And that's it for the video. Thank you so much for watching. Always remember, Departures Capital is for information, education, and entertainment purposes only. Don't buy or sell a stock, because you heard it on here. Buy or sell stocks, you've done your research, you've done your thorough due diligence, and you're making your own personal investment decisions for yourself. This video is not financial advice. We'll see you guys in our next video.